you're texting someone new. You've been on a couple of dates, and things seem to be going well. But then, almost out of nowhere, your brain kicks into overdrive. Do they really like me? Am I coming off too strong? What if this all falls apart? Welcome to the early stages of dating, where overthinking can turn excitement into stress in the blink of an eye. If you've ever found yourself spiraling down this rabbit hole, don't worry, you're not alone. Today, we're going to explore how to navigate the early stages of dating without letting overthinking sabotage your potential relationship. First things first, let's call it what it is, uncertainty. The early phase of dating is all about uncertainty. You're just getting to know each other, and while that's exciting, it's also full of unknowns. The key to navigating this stage is learning to be comfortable with the unknown. It's natural to want answers and certainty, but part of the fun and challenge of early dating is allowing things to unfold in their own time. One of the most common triggers for overthinking in the early stages of dating is trying to predict the future. Will this lead to a relationship? Are they seeing other people? Do they feel the same way about me? These are valid questions, but constantly thinking about the future pulls you out of the present moment, the place where real connection happens. So, the first step in curbing overthinking is to focus on what's happening right now. Instead of wondering where things will go, focus on enjoying your time together and getting to know each other better. This brings us to a crucial tip: stay present. If you're constantly worrying about what your date thinks or how the relationship will develop, you're not fully engaging in the moment. Being present means actively listening to what your date is saying, enjoying the shared experiences, and allowing yourself to be authentic. When you focus on the here and now, you'll naturally ease some of that overthinking because you're no longer projecting into an unknown future. Let's talk about texting, because nothing fuels overthinking quite like a delayed response. You send a message, and 5 minutes go by. Then 10, then an hour. Cue the panic. Your mind starts spinning with possibilities. Did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest? Here's the reality: people are busy. They have lives, jobs, responsibilities. A delayed text response rarely has anything to do with you. One of the best ways to stop overthinking in these situations is to give people the benefit of the doubt. Resist the urge to analyze every single text message and remind yourself that texting is just one small part of the bigger picture. That said, don't fall into the trap of trying to craft the perfect text. In the early stages of dating, it's easy to feel like you have to say the exact right thing to keep their interest. But here's the truth: authenticity is far more attractive than perfection. If you're constantly overanalyzing your responses or trying to craft the perfect message, you're not being yourself. The goal is to build a genuine connection, and that can only happen when both people feel comfortable being who they are. So, the next time you find yourself agonizing over a text, remind yourself that it's okay to be human. A little imperfection can be endearing. Now, let's address another big overthinking trigger: reading into behavior. You go on a date, and afterward, you're replaying every detail in your mind. They didn't laugh at that one joke. Does that mean they're not interested? They seem distracted during dinner. What if they're bored with me? It's so easy to fall into this trap, but here's a reality check: one moment doesn't define an entire connection. People have off days. They get tired, stressed, or preoccupied. Just because someone doesn't react the way you expected in a particular moment doesn't mean they're not interested. Instead of overanalyzing every detail, look at the bigger picture. Are they still engaging with you? Do they want to spend time with you? If the overall vibe is positive, let the small stuff go. And let's not forget about social media, another prime culprit for overthinking in early dating. You see your date post something on Instagram, but they haven't replied to your message yet. Your mind instantly starts spinning scenarios. Are they ignoring me? What are they doing instead? But here's a tip. Don't let social media drive your dating life. People use social media for all sorts of reasons, and most of the time, it has nothing to do with their interest in you. If you find yourself spiraling over their latest post, it's a sign to take a step back. Your relationship isn't defined by a like, comment, or story post. Real connections happen offline, so keep your focus there. A big part of managing overthinking is learning to trust the process. In the early stages of dating, things are often ambiguous, and that's okay. Not everything has to be defined right away. Instead of trying to control every aspect of the situation, allow things to unfold naturally. Trust that if there's mutual interest, it will continue to grow. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Dating is about finding the right match, and sometimes that means things won't work out with every person you meet, and that's not a reflection of your worth. Here's another important tip. Check your expectations. Sometimes overthinking happens because we place too many expectations on the early stages of dating. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement and start imagining all the potential outcomes. But remember, early dating is just that, early. You're still getting to know each other, and it's important to let things develop organically. High expectations can lead to disappointment if things don't go exactly as planned. So, give yourself and the other person room to breathe. Enjoy the process of getting to know each other without pressuring yourself to figure everything out right away. Now, what happens if you do feel uncertain about where things are headed? Instead of overthinking and assuming, communicate. The key to a healthy early relationship is open, honest conversation. If you're unsure about something, whether it's how they feel or where things are going, don't be afraid to ask. Of course, there's a balance here. You don't want to put someone on the spot after just one date, but as you continue seeing each other, it's perfectly reasonable to check in and see if you're both on the same page. Clear communication is one of the best ways to avoid unnecessary overthinking and ensure that both of you feel comfortable moving forward. Finally, remember to take care of yourself. The early stages of dating can be exciting, but they can also be emotionally draining if you're constantly second-guessing yourself. Make sure you're prioritizing your own well-being. Spend time with friends, pursue your hobbies, and keep doing the things that make you feel good. When you have a strong sense of self outside of dating, it's much easier to avoid the trap of overthinking. You'll be more grounded, more confident, and less likely to place all your emotional energy into the outcome of one budding relationship. So, how do you navigate the early stages of dating without overthinking? Stay present, focus on building a genuine connection, communicate openly, and let go of the need for certainty. It's all about balancing excitement with patience and allowing things to unfold in their own time. If this information helped you in your situation, please subscribe and feel free to leave a comment. Also, check out my other videos for more dating and relationship tips.